A very good evening to everyone. Hope I'm clearly audible. So today's lecture, as I told you, that we will be discussing about the dissemination of the data. Am I clearly audible to all? If yes, please post it into the live chat. Okay. So I have checked the voice clarity and all. Let's start the topic without delaying it immediately. Now, see, what do you mean by the dissemination of the data? Dissemination means, see, you have done a lot of research work and now you are documenting it. So, documentation is very important because whatever research work you have done, now we have seen a lot of almost the my student, those who all are watching this particular video, they all have done a huge amount of work while doing their research work, and whatever purpose, maybe it is for the exam purpose, maybe it is for the avishkar purpose, or maybe for any publication work, you are just doing this particular research. But dear students, if you are doing a proper research and if you will not disseminate it in an appropriate manner, so you may not get that level feedback from that. So dissemination, basically the term dissemination means it's a process of spreading the finding obtained from research study. So it is basically whatever things you have done, you are just making it in an appropriate manner. Now see, whenever you are disseminating it this particular research way, so the basic idea that you should write this scientific work in a standard format, and this thing should be ideal and it should be appropriate, that when it come in the hand of a reader or maybe any other author, you also might have read so many research papers while doing your work, right? You might have done lots of scientific study while doing. So why you are able to do all these scientific studies? Because you all have read anyone else research work, they have disseminated their data. So it should have a very standard format. Information whatever given in your research work, it should be organized in a manner that it should flow in the form of hourglass. That means it should move from the general to specific. Understood? Whatever things you are doing in your research work, it should have the general things in the before and it should have the specific thing at the end. Understood? So the whatever work you all are doing, it should have the very good presentation, it should have the proper way. So the most important thing about the dissemination, that you can publish it. This is one of the most important role of the dissemination of the data. And the second most important thing about the dissemination is that once you have disseminated it, that thing can help to the scientific community. Now why and how we can disseminate it, the data? So why some are just doing it for the sake of examination, right? Maybe that for the marks purpose or whatever. But believe me, once you have learned an appropriate manner of scientific dissemination, this will help you till your PhD, not only PhD, throughout your career, wherever, whichever field you are working, because everywhere, wherever you are working in that field, the dissemination plays an important role. So dissemination is really very important. Dissemination of the data, it can be done in the various method. Now you can do it, means you can present your work into the peer reviewed journal. Now how to do it in a peer reviewed journal, we will talk about the components and its method in detail in this particular lecture. And dissertation actually, peer review जर्नल डिटेल में हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं. ईच एंड एवरी कंपोनेंट विल बी डिस्कस because those who all are writing, especially I'm talking about my SYBSC students, they will be writing their, although it's a project, but they will not be making the report. They will be writing their uh, work, research work, in the format of a paper. Is that clear? Not dissertation. Dissertation is something, a formal document which is present the study, and its function is to provide the systematic discussion on a topic. So usually dissertation is done on a big research project, and after that thesis, actually it's a big bound volume which is a comprehensive report of a research. Thesis usually made by the academic way, like you are doing the PhD. So after your PhD work you make your dissertation. It involves more original research and it's expected to make in a significant contribution. Now report results in a very essential step. Report, whenever you are making, if you are doing any project, minor research project, major research project, or any work, office project, or anything you are doing, so you have to prepare the report. We will also be talking about the report. Okay, now see, there is no vast differences in writing the peer review paper and the report. Usually whenever you are doing completing any project, so you write the report. Report have its various form. Already there is another video on the report, so we will not go in detail about the report. And then the next, which is the most common type of a presentation, is the oral presentation and the poster presentation. I have already made a video in past about the oral presentation and poster presentation. At the end of the video, while processing this video, I will add that particular link of the oral presentation and poster presentation in this particular video I site. Okay, so you can find it later. And those who all are preparing for the avishkar, they have to present the poster. So if I will get a time, I'm not promising, but definitely if I will get a time, I will definitely make a poster presentation for the avishkar students separately. Now let's talk, how will you be preparing your research paper? What are the component of a research paper? So the first and the most important component of any research paper is nothing but the title. Now see, whenever you are writing your research paper, so in this particular research paper you should talk more about your introduction and literature review section, and after that method and result should be focused on the specific information of that particular research project. And while discussion and conclusion, you will be just discussing about your finding. I repeat once again, when you will be writing the introduction part, in that particular part you will be writing your aim, objective, then your review section and all. And after that, when you will be talking about method and result, so here you will be just discussing about the specific information about your research project. Got it? And when we will be talking about the end conclusion part, so here we will be consider the finding into the large context, and we will be discussing what are our findings. So let us discuss one by one before delaying. The first and the most important thing is your research title. It should be very scientific, it should not be funny, not comprised. So a good research paper title, as per me, if you will ask me, it should typically have only 10 to 12 words. That's it. Why the title is important? See student, if you want to read any research paper while doing your research work, you might have done lots of review of literature. So what make you attract towards any paper? Definitely, no doubt, title. पहले title ही पढ़ा होगा ना, then you might have gone to the abstract. So the title is a very important factor that influences uh, readers' attraction. So if title is appropriate, definitely a reader will take the decision to read it or whether to skip it. A good research paper title, as I told you, that it should be typically 10 to 12 words. Now it should have Now, when I talk about the title style, how it should be written, so ideally the title must be written each word capitalized. Okay. And it should use the descriptive term. And three basic rule you need to remember about the writing title. The first and the most important rule is that the title should be simple, it should be very brief, it should be attractive with the use of active verbs instead of noun based type of complex phrases. One should avoid writing all such phrases. We should write the active verb. See student, whenever I am telling you, so you should note down this particular thing, because for short period of the time I have prepared this lecture, so it's not possible for me to add everything into the slide. So whenever you are attending any sort of the lecture, you should be attentive and you should note down every points which is given into the lecture. Got it? So when I okay, so title, first thing I told that keep it simple, keep it very brief, make it attractive. Now, how can you make the title attractive? You can make the title attractive by using the active verbs instead of noun-based complex words. Use appropriated descriptive word which may be used as a keyword by the reader to search. So descriptive work. Suppose if you are doing a critical survey, so, okay, the main method of your research is a survey. So you write down the survey of so and so places. So it should have the very appropriate descriptive word which will be helpful for a reader to search for particular research study. Say example, if you're working for a Mumbai area, so you mention that in general whatever areas you are working. Say example, you are working on a Methi river, or maybe you are working on the water pollution into the any particular state, sorry, area, yeah, state. जो भी लिख रहे हो, so that thing should be clearly mentioned. Now, the most important third rule that we should avoid abbreviation into the title. Even we should not use the jargons into the title. What is the jargons? Jargons are the you can say the complex terms like which may be used by the scientific community, but the normal people don't know that particular word. They that are called as the jargons. So avoid using the abbreviation and jargons in your title. So I told you there should three rules to be followed while writing your title. First thing, that it should be simple, brief, attractive, and we should write the active verbs. Then appropriate descriptive words should be there. And the third rule is the we will avoid writing the abbreviation and the jargon. Next most important thing is the author and their affiliation. So here we should write the name and the address. I'm going to show one sample paper to you all, and there you can write. So here whenever you are writing the name of the author, so it should be written in an appropriate sequence. That means the person one who has done the maximum contribution in that research. वही बंदा जो है मेथड कर रहा था, that person was only doing, not always the first author is the group leader. The first now I am telling this group leader term because I have distributed my class in a group, and they have their group leaders, those who are helping them into the project. But here, all not necessary always the first author will be the one who's the leader, but the one who has contributed significantly into the research will be the first author. And then second person, those who's writing the manuscript and have the second maximum contribution, likewise you will be writing. And if you are publishing, so make sure that you will be publishing your research work with the guide also, because the guide was the one person, was first primary person who has given you the clear guidelines of doing that particular research. So definitely, no doubt, guide will also be having the authorship. Now, how to write the name of author? So while writing the name of author, the first you will be writing the name. Now how will you write the name? the first name first and then second name, and after that you will be writing the name and address of the institute. Now here address of institute will not be written in detail, and even if it is not written, it's absolutely okay. Like I am writing the Rosary College of Arts, Science and Commerce, comma Bandra. That's sufficient. Then after that you should write the email address. Next most important thing is the abstract. I have already made a separate video for the abstract, and it is the Azan time, so I'm not going to elaborate on the term abstract, but I will add the abstract video into my link of abstract video into my I button. Okay, now let's go ahead. Now I will not talk about the abstract at all. Next most important thing is the keywords. Now see, the keyword is a very important second attracting thing. So how many keywords should be used? The researcher must use 5 to 8 keyword. Now when while writing the keyword, few care you will be taking that the keyword should be written in the lower case except the abbreviation and the proper name. And whenever you are writing the keyword, it should be separated by the semicolon, not the comma. I repeat, whenever you are writing the keyword, make sure you will be writing 5 to 8 keyword, and it should be the separated by the semicolons. And if it is not the special word, if not the your special word or abbreviation, you should avoid writing it into the capitalization. Then next most important thing, what will be your keyword? So the keyword will be actually the methods which you are using into that particular research work, that should be selected, and a very carefully you should take, because see, whenever anyone is citing that particular paper, so they will be reader will be just seeing a specific paper. If I'm reading, so I will search it with the keyword. So very selective and the essential keyword we should put from, it may be from your title, it may be from your main research paper, it should be from your main thing. Say example, if you are using a special chemical or something, so in that case you will be using that particular keyword. Okay, now introduction, ये सबसे important part है बच्चों. This is one of the most important thing, और इसको तीन हिस्सों में हम लोग डिवाइड करेंगे. इसका फर्स्ट पार्ट व्हेन वी विल बी सेइंग, तो इट शुड गोइंग टू बी द जनरल प्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम. अब जनरली ये बहुत ही दमदार स्टेटमेंट से स्टार्ट होना चाहिए. इट्स द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट शुड बी वेरी अट्रैक्टिव, और इन दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टेटमेंट यू विल बी क्लियरिंग योर एम कि भाई क्यों किया है ये रिसर्च आपने. So you will be writing the aim of your research work, and it should be focus on the benefit of that research, and it should having the your objective, why you are doing, what is the problem society was facing कि आपको ये research करना पड़ा. Is that clear? That thing should be written. Now second part, that will be comprised of the argues that research topic supported by evidences present into that particular paper. So that will be there, and this part maybe you have done the review of the literature citation, so all this thing will be included into its second part. And the last part of this particular thing, you will be writing what are your findings and investigation while doing that research work. So that things will be in your introduction. So I repeat, your introduction firstly will be comprising of the general problem, what is the problem, what is the aim of selecting that particular problem. Then you will be talking about the objectives of that particular problem, and after that you will be talking about the second part. You will be discussing selected reviews or the studies जो particular research work में हुए हैं, and thereafter you will be justifying your topic, that what investigation you have done in your research work. Now next and the most important thing, materials and method. अब जितने भी लोगों ने ये किया है, क्या बोलेंगे, प्रैक्टिकल वर्क किया है, so that means they have done their empirical result, तो यहाँ पर they will be explaining the practical part of their research. Now see students, you can divide material and method in one more subtopic, that is the observation, if you don't want to elaborate into the method. Especially the students, those who all have done the survey method, so they will be writing a concise method part here. In that concisely they will be writing about their survey, and in the observation part they can add their observation while doing survey, what all they have observed. Okay. And next thing, the students, those who have done only practical work, in the material and method they will be, especially the students those who have used the chemical, so here they will be writing all the biological material, all the equipment, all the specialized chemical, and they will be writing their experimental work, pH and everything. Okay, what is the principle? So the way we are writing the practical in our journal, so what is the principle? So in detail they will be writing. But the student, those who all have done the survey work, they will be writing in the material and method, they will be just writing that in concise word they will be writing what was their method and observation. Even the student, those who all are working on the animal behaviors, they will also be writing in the method that the animal, whatever method, that five animals, six animals, seven animal, whatever animals you all have taken, they were kept into the acclimatization, and after that into the laboratory, and so work has been done. So concisely they will be writing, and the next part they will be writing into their observation. And the next and the most important thing is the result. अब result सबका अलग अलग रहेगा. The student, those who all have done the quantitative result, they will be writing the result into the tabular form, and this is the most preferable way to write the results. Okay. And the student, those who have done the qualitative result, so they will be presenting the result into the discussion form. Okay. So this is all, and discussion and conclusion can be merged, but if you will be writing the discussion, it's okay. So in the discussion you will be discussing, especially the students, those who all are giving the result into the tabular form, they will be adding the discussion. Okay. So in the discussion you will be writing the elaboration and explanation of your finding is done, and plus you will be writing the personal interpretation substain for the relevant literature review कि आपने यहाँ पे ये ऐसा पढ़ा था, ये वर्क इस पे हुआ है. So these things can be added into the discussion, and this is very much preferable कि you link the discussion back to the introduction. तो ये बहुत ही जनरल आइडिया है, बट दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट that link the discussion with the introduction, because in the introduction you have said the problem, अब डिस्कशन में उस प्रॉब्लम के सोल्यूशन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. इज दैट क्लियर? It is imperative that every bit of information in the discussion is directly linked to the problem or the introduction statement. So this is the most important part of your study is the conclusion. In a research paper, conclusion may be restricted to one or two paragraph only. Recommendation for further direction can also be added into the conclusion, suggestion for improvement or जो कुछ भी. Say example you have done सर्वे, और सर्वे में जो है आपको लोगों की जो प्रॉब्लम नजर आई, तो आप कंक्लूजन में डाल सकते हो कि ये फर्दर स्कोप है इस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटजी में. एंड द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज द एक्नॉलेजमेंट. नाउ हियर सी द पर्सन दोज हु हैव हेल्प यू इनटू द रिसर्च वर्क and the dissemination, they should be author, but there may be a lot many people in your laboratory, and maybe while doing your research work you might have taken interview. So here in the acknowledgement, you will be writing the gratitude to all the people, those who have helped with your project. It is advisable to include people in the proper order with the importance of their help. Okay. Now see here also few things you should take care, that appreciation should be very concise, and we should avoid the emotional jargons here. It can begin with one's guide or supervisor, head of the institution, academic crew of the department, or support of the staff, technical persons, organization and institute with reference to funding and infrastructure. Very well, you might have worked into some other organization, and bibliography. This is one of the most important thing, tables and figures. Bibliography I will explain. I have already explained it into the citation, but I will explain it again because I find students are finding difficulty into the writing bibliography. Bibliography is nothing but the references. Now table and figure. So this is for the statistical analysis. Now next thing, report writing. Now when you are writing the report of any research work, so title will be there. Now you see all the components will be same, only the thing is that its format is bit different. So title, which will be a heading indicative of the report, then table of the content, list of major section, heading with page number. So it's nothing but your this is the only thing which is different into the research paper and the report writing. तो यहाँ पर जो table of content रहता है, that is nothing but your index. Okay, then abstract. Now see, these are the preliminary material. Main body will comprise of the introduction, फिर literature review यहाँ पर अलग से लिखना है, that we have merged the literature of review into the introduction only, then methods, result and discussion, then conclusion. Now supplementary material में यहाँ पर references or maybe the bibliography and appendix, additional tables will come. So let us see the one research paper, that how should be the formatting. So I'm showing you one of my research paper which was published into the UGC approved journal, that is the International Journal of the Research, in the year 2018. So you can see here the title. While writing the title is very concise and each word is capitalized. Then author name, author designation, institute, and after that the email address of the author is given. So all the students, those who were involved, you can see their names are also there. And after that abstract, after the abstract, the page is divided into the two column. You can see this. So this way you will be writing the research work. And one more important thing I would like to tell, when you are adding any pictures or you are adding the table, तो make sure कि यहाँ पर page break को आप जो है avoid करोगे. So you will be using only one column. Okay, you will be using single column and you will avoid the page break when you are adding any table or thing. Now let's come on the references. That is the most important part, and this I'm specially showing for one of my student Madhya who was stuck at this particular point. तो से example I have taken one information. चलो अभी मैं यहीं से लेकर बताती हूँ. Let's go on the Google Scholar. वहीं से कोई एक citation लेकर बताती हूँ. Say example, I have taken one paper. Cancer का ही ले लेती हूँ. I have taken information from this particular paper. See, while taking the information, it should not be copy pasted. Instead, you should paraphrase it. Okay. Now, with the help of Mendeley, I have already explained you earlier, right? And for how to download Mendeley, then how to use the citation of the Mendeley, that I will explain in the some other lecture. And I'm very busy with that, and I don't want to disturb my Mendeley setup, क्योंकि अगर वो disturb हो गया तो बहुत problem हो जाएंगी मुझे मेरी thesis लिखने में. ठीक है? So that's why I'm just avoiding that particular man. Okay, I have taken this particular information from this particular paper. I have copied this text. Now I told you that you have to paraphrase. Copying is actually not the right way. Okay, I have taken this particular information of a research paper. Who's the author? Let's see the name of author first. So name of the author, there are 3 to 4 author, and the paper was published in the year 2004. So I will write GP Dunn. Okay, in a bracket I will write the name of author. Now you all have seen there were many authors. So I will simply write et al. Et al मतलब उसके साथ में जितने author थे सब, comma 2004. Okay, and after that, in the end, now in the reference section, I will be giving his, in the reference section I will be including that citation. Okay, ये वाला पेपर लिया था बच्चों. So click on a site, and how to cite, other ways of citation also I have explained you. Now I am not going in depth of that. Just paste it. Okay, now this editing and all you will be doing. Preferably whenever you are writing the research paper, your font size should be 12, and preferable font is the Times New Roman. ठीक है, आई बात समझ में? तो चलो एक बार फिर से प्रैक्टिकली करके देखेंगे how we will be writing the research paper. So here the first thing will be your title. Now I am not writing the title, I will just write the title of paper. Okay, now control E. I will be taking the title of the paper, Times New Roman. The title of the paper will be 14 or 16 भी ले सकते हो आप, and it should be bold. Okay, and after that I will be writing the name of author, and the name of author will be into the 10 font. It will not be bold, so I will write my name only. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर I will be writing the my designation in short. Then after that, name of my institute, and my email address. No one will send me on this particular Gmail address. This is my personal email address, but just for showing, I am just showing you. Okay. Now here, remove the space after paragraph, and the space distance will be 1. All right. Likewise, you will be writing the name of second author, third author. अगर और ज़्यादा authors है तो you will be giving number 1, 2, 3, 4. आई बात समझ में? Now immediately after that, you will, अब से example, this is only my abstract. Okay. This is my abstract. I will be writing my abstract. This is my abstract controls. This is my abstract, and after that, अब abstract है तो इसमें reference नहीं होना चाहिए, बताया था, याद है ना? तो इस चीज़ को copy paste कर लेती हूँ. ठीक है, this is the example my abstract. This is just for example. अब यहाँ पर keywords लिखेंगे. In the keywords, cancer or whatever. This is the second keyword, this is the third keyword, like this. Okay, any word keywords you will be writing. If you have any abbreviation, so that you will be writing. Then after that, you go to the page layout, divide your paper into the 2 columns. I'm sorry, one common mistake should be avoided, I have done that. Go more to the columns. Here, this point forward, दिख रहा है ना, this point forward, यहाँ से you will be dividing your paper into the 2. Here write your introduction. Introduction heading will be in the bold. Write your introduction. Then method, bold heading. Write your method in 1 to 2 paragraph. Result, then your discussion. Let me tell you about result. This actually azan हो रही है, better I will tell you here. When you will writing your result, again go to the column, more columns, select one column. Okay, this point forward. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर जाके यू विल बी सिलेक्टिंग योर टेबल 5 या 6 का जो भी टेबल है, यू हैव एडेड योर टेबल. ठीक है, अब रिजल्ट के बाद में जो है यू विल बी राइटिंग योर कंक्लूजन. ओके, तो बिफोर राइटिंग योर कंक्लूजन अगेन गो टू पेज लेआउट, columns, move to the columns, this point forward. Okay, write your write your conclusion. Then after that you will be writing your acknowledgement. And after that you will be writing your references. फिर से ई भूल गई. ठीक है, write your references. अब while writing your references one care should be taken. कि आप जो references लिखोगे that you will be writing into lot many papers you might have referred, so all the references will be done written into the alphabetical order. So this is all from my side. If you have any question, post to the this video comment box, because I can't find any question into the live chat. So, and is Azan is also going. So let me stop the stream. We will discuss. If you have any doubt, no doubt you can write. I will save this video and this video will be available publicly. So you write down your queries, your problem into the comment box. But this point, we can stop the stream. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any doubt, make sure that you will write, and I ensure you that whatever comment you will post into the video discussion box will be answered. So that's it from my side. Bye. Good night.